Damn, I guess a lot of people might be busy tonight. That's annoying.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah,
Like,
it is what
you
it
know,
is.
with COVID and shit, like if we need to pick up traction over time, then we'll just do it like that.
Mm,
Like, yeah, it's all good.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's good to just even be doing this in the first place.
Yeah.
Because from what I saw last year, it kind of went to bust. And
yeah. It was not good.
don't feel like your efforts are wasted. Is kind of my point. Like,
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Yeah.
so like tonight at least the talk's just gonna be on like the basics of CTFs. Sort of what I've seen and sort of my experience with like the different categories and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. It's that sort of basic stuff. But it should be good. We'll get started in like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, sweet.
Cool. Does my mic sound alright and stuff like that? Or
Yeah,
is there
you're
any
good.
issues or
Not a no.
alright, sweet. Alright, I guess we'll just get started. Yeah. Might do a quick. Okay. Alright. May as well just get it started. So, welcome to Disc 2021. I'm Jeremy, and this is our team. So, yes, I'm Jeremy or Zesh. You can find me on Slack and Discord. That's where you'll probably find most of us. We have Zach, who's our treasurer for 2021, and he's Scott Morrison. Weird username, but it is what it is. It's just like one of those things that's just kind of stuck. And then we have the legendary secretary Jordan or lyricist. I can't say your username, Jordan. Could you please? How do you even say your username, man? Lyceris. Okay, sweet. Okay, that's
Lizardus.
holy moly. Okay then. But yeah, that's the team for 2021, and it's been a great team so far, and it's gonna be sick. So Slack, we're slowly moving away from Slack. we still got a large user base over there, so we still use it for like promotion and that sort of stuff. But yeah, we just thought move over to Discord because we can do streaming and all that jazz. Um, yeah, so probably don't join the Slack. If anything, join the Discord. Um, but yeah, so Discord, it's here. If you're watching it live, you already know about it. So there's no need to advertise it. But for my viewers that are streaming, um, yeah, just bit.ly/discord with a capital disc. It's it's like a premium Bitly link. I love it. I was actually really surprised when we got it, but yep. Anyways, immersive labs, good starting point for people new to the cybersecurity sort of world. It'll take you step by step through Linux fundamentals, fundamentals of web stuff, binary stuff, everything. It's just the absolute basics, and it's an absolutely cracker of a starting point. Our website, we still need to revamp this. It's been on one of those to-do lists that sort of just keep getting longer and longer, but it's definitely in the works. I've had a few ideas on how I want to switch it up soon, so we can finally stop ripping off Thug Crowd. And our wonderful knowledge base, we need more knowledge. Um, Pretty much, we will organize some stuff soon to kind of get put up there. Um, I'm aiming to have a kind of more interaction from everybody in Disc. Try to get everyone to contribute something. I think it would be sick. Because imagine if we had like, I don't know, 50 or even 20 people that contributed something. We would have a lot of knowledge and it would be sick. Yeah. Hack the Box, it's a pretty good environment. A lot of the new CTF boxes there, they're sort of CTF-y, so it's a lot about like searching around and finding the exact vector. But if you go back to some of the older boxes, they're nice, they're fun, they're straightforward, and it's less of a guess the box type thing. But yeah, if you, I don't think we have a Hack the Box channel set up just yet, but we're going to be setting one of those up soon, and we'll be like discussing hack the box stuff when we're hacking away. Um, yeah, ScoMo, do you have anything to say about hack the box, or sorry to put you on the spot like that, but oh, doesn't matter. I think we're fine anyway. Um, yeah, it's a good platform. It's good. So on to why we all came here. CTF 101, the basics of capturing flags. Pretty much just going to be talking through my experience with some CTFs, kind of going through the basic sort of challenges and just concepts that you'll be facing when you're competing in a CTF, the benefits, the downsides, just everything about a CTF that you sort of want to get to know, I guess. At least like that rolled off the top of my head. Um, yeah, so who am I? I forgot to update this slide. That's embarrassing, but it is what it is. President Jeremy, daytime and nighttime hacker. I love my physical security. Um, kind of, I love web security as well, but not as much as I love my physical. And I can't really spell. English is not really my strong suit. I'm just bad with words. Um, but yeah, I don't know. If you see the government, just say hello. Don't actually, but yeah. So like CTFs, what are they for, and like how do you do them? Pretty much you're like, I don't know, just battling for internet points and just clout. But that's like a really abstracted way of viewing it. I guess probably the main benefit is that you're going to be solving challenges that you might never even face in real life. But it's just a really cool environment where you get to try these new exploits or kind of think in different ways about solving kind of trivial things. it can get extremely ridiculous, depending on what CTF you play, because they all range in difficulty, and that's something that can be kind of hard to kind of get your head around. Oh my lord, I did not know the scroll wheel went back and forwards. That's cool. But anyways, why should you care about CTFs? So, as I said earlier, eClout. You want them internet points. See this up here? This green line in the top 10 teams, that's DQ. That's Goon and Coon. Well, GNC. That's what our name was at the time. Because like they're Australian, so it's good. They're both Australian. Anyways, recently we competed in the Red versus Blue CTF up in CrikeyCon, up in Brisbane, and we came second. We were smashing it all day. It was a fantastic experience. And Red versus Blue, it's very different to a traditional Jeopardy CTF. I'll get into that later, but it's fantastic. So then again, why should you care? I'm telling you all these things. Look at this, right? Look at all this loot that you can get just by hacking stuff, and it's free. It's free. Like you can get enterprise grade equipment for nothing, just like hacking some boxes. And I think that is absolutely phenomenal. So how do you get started in CTFs? Why why would you sort of want to I guess like why would you want to compete and like I don't know, just what's the whole point and how do I do it? I don't know what else to say. Um, honestly, the three things right there is probably all you need. As long as you got a brain, I'm pretty sure everyone's got a brain. I hope you have a computer. If you don't, um, I'm sure there will be ways for you to still participate because there are some CTFs where you don't even need a computer. Um, but yeah, that's sort of the minimum for most CTFs at least. And you don't need to be the best hacker. You don't need to be the worst hacker, but just like I reckon, sprinkle in a tiny bit of your hacker knowledge, and you put that into it, and you'll get internet points. But most important of all, you want to be comfortable with your setup. So you don't want to be in a position where you're setting up a VM like 5 minutes before a CTF, and that's something I learned the hard way up in CrikeyCon. Because I got a new laptop and I had nothing installed, absolutely nothing. It was horrible, but managed to somehow figure out a way past it and get onto the CTF. So it's like a challenge before the challenges. And to eliminate that challenge, you just want to be as comfortable as you can be with your tools and just your workflow when it comes to solving challenges. So, like, what sort of stuff should you expect? Well, first of all, something that I didn't put on the slide is rage. Mate, you're going to be hitting the wall really hard when you can't solve a challenge. And sometimes that might make or break a CTF because you might hit the wall and then solve the challenge and then you'll be gone and you'll be like, fuck yeah. Sorry, pardon my French, but you'll just be gone and you'll be like smashing out the CTF because you just solved something that you thought was impossible. And that feeling, nothing can describe that when you get that. But anyways, these are the sort of main challenges that you're going to be facing. Web binary reversing, forensics, cryptography stuff, and like MISC challenges. And I'll be diving into all of those like challenge types, but I'm just going to touch again back on the rage. So it happens. Um, yeah, I didn't really know what to put here, but yeah, pretty much CTF's admins are sadists and they like people like watching people struggle. It's kind of screwed up when you think about it, but it is what it is, and you just got to hack through it. Just hack harder till you get it. That's all I can say. Well, what to expect? So with web challenges, usually they're pretty straightforward. You'll get given an app, and the vulnerability will usually be quite clear, but sometimes it just takes a little bit of creative problem solving to solve that challenge. So, say for example, this bit of code here, um, that's just a simple XSS. But how could you, if there's another part of that website and you have the XSS on the website where you could send a link to an admin or something like that. And what if you sent the link with the reflected XSS? You then have code execution as the admin, if you get what I mean, within that web application. So with that, you could steal their cookies and maybe become the admin yourself. Like who knows? But yeah, that's sort of how it can be straightforward. But other times it can be like, or find this one directory and then look for this one specific file, and it's just kind of gets absurd sometimes, and that's what makes me personally rage the hardest, because like it's more of a guessing game instead of a straightforward like, can you hack it, if you get what I mean. But yeah, here's some like common types of vulnerabilities that you'll find within web challenges. You'll find SQL injections, cross-site scriptings, IDORs, file uploads, XXE, so external entity injection into XML, um, and that can lead to some really fun stuff. But all of these, they're fantastic. As long as you got the OWASP like top 10 down pat pretty much, you should be good for most web challenges. And sometimes you'll find web challenges that incorporate pretty much brand spanking new like vulnerabilities, like end days that have just been announced. And you have no clue how the CTF admins have had time to put it all together within the last 2 days before setting up the comp. But yeah, it's really interesting. Sometimes you'll get custom applications where you'll have to go and hack that, or sometimes you'll get an old vulnerable WordPress and you've got to run like WP scan to enumerate the plugins or something like that. Then go in and find like that one vulnerable plugin with a file upload where you can write your own PHP to the server, and then you've got RCE. So you know, it can really range in CTFs, but usually it's custom apps with sort of straightforward challenges, and I love it. It's my favorite category. Binary. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say really. Um, this definitely is not my area personally. So every time I do binary, I feel like that little dog man sitting inside of that burning room. I have no clue what cartoon that's from, but I just call him the "This is fine" dog, and yeah, I leave it at that. But it's yeah, pretty much as the slide says, it can be intimidating. Like it intimidates me. Like I don't want to be sending a bunch of A's. Like, what does all these A's do, and like, what does this random hex do? I just personally haven't spent enough time reading up on what's it called? Reading up on different opcodes and whatnot to call when it comes to like kind of more advanced things and generic buffer overflows. Because most of the time you can do buffer overflows pretty simple. Some common tools that you would use like GDB to debug it, and like you would get the function address, give it a bunch of A's, and then the function address, and it would jump to your code. That's a very, very abstracted view of looking at it, but it's that's like a generic sort of entry level binary challenge that you would find. Another one would be like format strings. So with format strings, you can actually leak memory with %x, and I think you can write memory with %n and then like data, but I'm not 100% sure. As I said, binary isn't my thing. Um, yeah, it's a it, if you like it, you like it, but if not, you're going to be pulling your hair out the whole time. That's one thing I can tell you right now, but it's fantastic. Reversing, most of the time you'll be spending in like IDA or GDB or what's it called, Radar. Um, I guess G Hydra as well, Gydra. Um, you might have to reverse an Android app. You might have to, I don't know, an iOS app, anything really. Like the challenges can overlap a lot. Like you might have a web server and you're given the web server binary and you have to reverse that web server to find vulnerabilities within the actual service that's running and then like go get the flag or something like that. It's pretty wild, but um yeah, it can get pretty intense. Um it's definitely like a fantastic category to be good in because when you're good in it, you just smash them out easy. But that's with any category, I guess. Forensics. This is a really fun category to do because you pretty much get given like an image of something, whether it's like a dump from memory or an image from a drive. You'll be given that, and you'll actually have to recover some sort of data from that image dump. So say if you did get a dump of mm, let's say a true crypt binary or something like that, you would have the keys for the encrypted data stored within memory. Even though they may be encrypted, you can still get them and then reverse that or break that encryption to decrypt that other data. It can get really wild, but um, it's hectic. And one of the main things with forensics is just large data sets. So that image of that drive might be 10, 15 gigs, or it might be 40, you know. You never really know what to expect when it comes to forensics. So it's a big thing to try and download the forensics files before the CTF, and usually those files, they'll be like zipped up or in some sort of archive with a password, so you can't access them before the challenges start. But once you're actually in the CTF, the CTF admins will give you a password, and then you can just decrypt all of your forensics files and actually get to hacking. Like it's wild. Um, Crypto. So crypto is one of those things where you could get given a blockchain like problem and then just sort of sit there and be like, huh, what do I do here? Or you could get like a hash, like an MD5 hash or something like that, and maybe Googling that hash will give you the actual value that hash originated from. Or if you say Googled that hash and there's no value for it, you might have to crack that hash yourself. So usually that's done with like Hashcat or John, maybe rainbow tables if you have rainbow tables, but people don't really carry around them anymore. Um, yeah, it can get really mathy, especially when it comes to like factoring RSA keys or breaking some sort of public key to get the private key, I guess. Sometimes you'll be exploiting kind of mathematical weaknesses, I guess, which yeah, I think's kind of interesting, but it's definitely not my strong suite. Um, yeah, it's fun though. It's very fun because when you get that data decrypted, it's amazing. It's good. So MISC, you don't really know what you're gonna be getting when you do a MISC challenge. Like for example, when I was up in CrikeyCon 2 years ago, and we were competing in the normal CTF, you had to actually walk around the CrikeyCon venue and find these QR codes, right? And then scan them. and each QR code was like 50 points or something. But when you get them all, you unlock like another challenge, and it's to find like one specific one or something like that. I can't remember, but it's wild, man, because you just don't know what to expect. Like you could be picking a lock, or you could have to go and hug one of the what's it called, CTF organizers for points. Like I don't think they do that anymore, but there's a really bad photo of me hugging this guy called Duke from CrikeyCon. It's funny. But anyways, so now that you sort of have an understanding of like the different sort of challenges that you'll face and the different sort of um the I guess categories of those challenges, you sort of want to get better in them. Like you want to practice by just doing CTFs. You want to make sure that you sort of have that space on your laptop or your preferred computing device, where you have all your tools and you have space to work with, and you're not going to run out of space midway through a CTF, which often happens on with when you're using a virtual machine, unless you've allocated enough space. But a lot of the time, say if you've downloaded a bunch of like forensics files, then you'll be taking up that space on your hard drive very quickly, and it can be very annoying. Um, been there a few times, but it is what it is. So the main thing with CTFs is there's going to be things you're good at and things you're bad at. And it's mainly just about experimenting and finding sort of what you want to hack and kind of just enjoying it, if you get what I mean. So, say if you wanted to compete within a CTF team, right? You might have one person that's doing binary. You might have one person doing web. You might have one person doing forensics. You might have someone else doing reversing. And then you can all work on the misc challenges because they're just wildcards. Like you just help each other out. And when it comes to sort of hacking on these different categories, you will hit the wall here and there. And when you have a team, they'll just like, I don't know, you talk to them and you get new ideas about how to solve things because it's a different set of eyes, if you get what I mean. And it's really fantastic working within a team when you're doing CTFs. So I definitely recommend it. So how do I actually find new CTFs, and like where do I sort of go to compete in them? Um, a big sort of internet point flexing ground is the CTF Time website, where you can see like the top CTF teams from each kind of country or each zone, and the CTFs they've competed in, what they scored, and all that. Of course, these CTFs must be affiliated with CTF Time. So yeah, you'll have to sort of pick and choose your CTFs when it comes to that. If you're going for the internet points, um, but yeah, if you're not really looking for big internet points, then another great way, personally, I think it's sort of better in a way because it's like more underground, is going to conventions and competing in the CTFs there. I find they're absolutely fantastic, because it's just a completely different vibe. Like, yeah, you can sit in your room and be on Discord or like kind of be on, I don't know, Zoom, Skype, anything. I don't know, just talking to your mates and like hacking stuff. But it's not the same unless you're sitting in that room and you can see your enemy team sitting on a table about 2 meters away from you. And you can see the rage on their faces of them trying to solve something that you've already solved within like 10 seconds. I'm telling you, man, it's the best, right? So I love convention CTFs just because of that energy in the room and just that like, yeah, man, screw you. I'm gonna hack it better than you can, and you actually get to. So it's fantastic. So a lot of popular CTFs in sort of Australia and for students. Um, I don't know about B-Sides Melbourne if that's going to be running or if they're even going to do a CTF, but B-Sides in general, they um, they run some pretty good CTFs because it's like different sort of clubs all around the world, and those different clubs run their own sort of CTF. So it's really interesting. You get an absolute mix when you go to different B sides to compete in different CTFs. But one of Australia's probably most renowned CTFs is B sides Canberra. Everyone tryhards it. It's intense. I'll tell you that. Down under CTF, it's an upcoming CTF. The first CTF last year was pretty big success. Um, Managed to get a lot of people, both students and also like professionals, even international people were playing in Down Under CTF. It was an amazing experience. But yeah, that's sick. CrikeyCon, of course, the OGs know. Fantastic CTF. It's I don't know. It's interesting because this year they ran their red versus blue, which is extremely different to the traditional Jeopardy style of CTF. Um, I probably should have explained the difference between those earlier, but you get different categories of CTFs as well. So you get your Jeopardies, and then you get your sort of attack and defend CTFs, and it's fantastic. So Jeopardy CTFs is like the traditional sort of style. It's what I've been talking about this whole presentation. Um, but attack and defend, let me tell you something. Attack and defend CTFs are one of the most hectic things that you could ever get involved in because you're actively defending your own vulnerable infrastructure from other teams attacking you. And they have the exact same vulnerable infrastructure running. So as soon as you find a vulnerability in your own system, you can then go use that on your enemy's systems and get points. So it's really, really like just crazy because those enemy systems they might have already been patched and they might have actively been exploiting you. So it's like, how am I going to get them back for that, you know? Or like, how am I going to kick them out of this box? It's wow. I can't even describe how good it is. It's phenomenal. And I definitely recommend that everyone goes and gives it a shot if you get the chance because it is just wow, it's good. And Pico CTF, it's a CTF designed towards high schoolers in the US as well as students. Just any sort of students like uni students, high school students, just anyone. Um, Although for prizes, when it comes to Pico CTF, you have to be a high school student within the US, I believe, to actually be eligible for prizes. So it's mostly about internet points. But yeah, you get a fantastic like range of beginner to extremely hard challenges when it comes to Pico. So it's fantastic. And they also keep up their legacy challenges. So if there's no active CTFs on at the moment and you want to go and maybe upskill in one category, you can go back and go and do those CTF challenges, and then you can like go and gun it next year. Like it will be sweet. There'll be different challenges, of course, but hopefully the same sort of concepts. And yeah, so some upcoming CTFs. I got to plug down under CTF. So that's at play.du.ctf, and that's just a short link. And besides Canberra, if you manage to snag one of those elusive tickets and manage to make your way up there, I'll most likely see you there, and it's going to be a fantastic CTF. Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. I'm Jeremy or Zesh. You can message me on Slack or Discord if you ever want to talk about literally anything, preferably about hacking, but I'll talk about literally anything. So yeah, that's it. We'll just have some like talk, I guess now. Have some talk. Very good. Awesome.
Have some chat.
Have some chat. That's it. That's it. I might just put this back onto like the disk. Oh, it's a very fast scroll. All right, there we go. Boom. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and I hope to see you at some CTFs because I want Deacon to be the #1 CTF team. Just disk, bro.
Yeah,
That's how it's.
Terran's still got access to the Hack the Box team stuff, doesn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, because we should advertise that too. Like, if anyone's interested to sort of get involved in the team or whatever, or at least join on
Yeah.
the Deacon thing, whatever.
Mm,
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Encourage people to do whatever.
And
yeah.
Jordan, make a Discord channel for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, spot on.
It's on the to-do list.
Don't forget to try and what's the word?
Delegate.
Delegate
Yes.
to other people. Yeah, give people
Yes.
work to do. I'm not doing anything right now.
Do you want to be doing something?
Not really. I'm
Okay.
enjoying being on holiday. No, but I can do.
All right, sweet. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. Is there anything like anyone would like to talk about? I
Yeah,
thought Angstrom has already gone.
Pico just started as well.
Oh,
Angstrom starts in 2 days, 15 hours, 13 minutes.
oh my lord.
nice.
13. Okay, that's sweet. Yeah,
So that's
I thought.
Deacon, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it already ran. That's my bad. Angstrom's good though. It's yeah,
Good
it's
foundations.
fantastic. It is. If I remember, you get a pretty big mix of people in Angstrom. Because like it can
Cookie cutter.
cookie cutter, yeah. That was I don't think I solved that.
Seeing that the names of these challenges give me PTSD.
Yeah, same man, but like it's it's like PTSD, but it's like not good PTSD. It's like, why do I remember this?
Bringing back all the pain and frustration.
Yeah. I like how there's a binary challenge from 2019 called Weeb Hunting.
Weeb
Oh,
hunting.
yeah, man. Alright, I'll probably stop streaming now. Yeah. Disc, yeah. Woo!
Yeah, so I suppose in like the following weeks we'll just like delve deeper into actual topics.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So we're gonna,
Not in that actual CTF topics. Yeah.
yeah, we want to like sort of get more into CTFs. Because we just want to like outflex everyone with our internet points. Because that's what it comes down to. Like, we want to be the uni with the highest internet points.
It also is useful for learning.
Yeah,
Because
of
you
course.
deal with these really fucky challenges, and then you go and deal with like a real web app, and you're like, oh, actually, this is a little bit. Well, this is actually much simpler than this stupid JSON fucking challenge thing that I have to deal with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, with more internet points, you get more knowledge too.
More better. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
because CTFs just tend to sort of throw the weirdest stuff, and so now that you know the edge
pretty,
cases,
pretty much, yeah. So you get used to testing for those edge cases.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love them. I love CTFs.
Yeah, I'll definitely get on Angstrom this weekend.
Yeah. I'll definitely try to. I've got some development that needs to be done. So my brain's probably going to be racked. But
If someone drops
Development.
creds in the chat, I'll have a crack.
there's a pardon?
If someone drops creds for the CTF,
Oh yeah. That's so
I'll have a
good.
crack.
Yeah. Yeah, that's smart. We'll make a disc team or something. Whoa, since when is there a TN as a emoji?
I have no idea, but it was on the list, so
Oh
I
my lord.
put it in.
Okay then.
Yeah, I put that in Slack ages ago.
Yeah, so
I think I was making fun of you or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
that makes sense. That's funny. I like that.
yeah, if anybody wants to use all of the emojis, basically all of them are available except for the animated ones because you need to be bloody nitro to use them.
Yeah, it's fucking. It sucks. Like that's one thing about Discord that's like just ridiculous.
One thing I think somebody like you can do is basically ask, oh hey, can somebody put up the animated one, and then once they've put it up, that you can respond to it as a thing.
Oh, true. Damn. Okay. Yeah.
So,
All right. That's sweet. Oh yeah, I can.
and then
Okay.
if I unselect, they're free floating.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That's smart. that's how it's gotta be, bro. Just gotta have like the staunch blowout and then just a pair of entes. That's how it is. Yeah.
What was the password that we used to use? Was it rootkits?
Yeah, rootkits.
Yeah, with an exclamation point or just rootkits?
Just variations of rootkits.
All right, cool. Rootkits.
Yeah, sometimes we use dolphin.
Yeah, dolphin.
But
Yeah.
not really. It's mainly
No.
rootkits.
Just no.